So I've been asked this question multiple times. What would Civil War look like if we were to go into Civil War 2.0? And it's been on my mind. I've had a lot of people ask me, like, hey, what do you think? This is what I think. Well, a channel I follow, like, dude is the authority on the topic when it comes to, like, tactics, ambushes, guerrilla warfare. He's the only channel I know of that actually puts this type of information out there. Very solid channel, very go-to channel. I use them constantly to back me up. For example, like, a while back I was talking about an Apocalypse rifle, how you couldn't have a flashlight on it. Not in Wisconsin anyway. And oh my god, I got tore apart. Everyone's like, oh my, you gotta have a flashlight! It's dark like 90% of it, what are you thinking? And I was like, no, you can't have a flashlight in colder weather because the batteries, they get depleted by the cold. Even lithium batteries. They're not supposed to, but they do. And so I got tore apart, and then he wound up going to a cold weather training class, so I just took out the clip with the instructor being like, hey, everybody, don't forget, remove all batteries off of your rifle and put them in your pocket, otherwise they're not going to work.
Same amount of ice on all the working parts of your gun, inside it also. You can absolutely ice up a gun enough, you will go, bang, and just, well, okay, that's done, until it warms up. So you leave it outside instead, acclimatized, whatever. Acclimated to the cold weather, and it will work fine. They are rated to work in ridiculously cold conditions, at least the gun. And if you have professional optics, that works fine
you
too.
leave your kit
Batteries,
outside for some reason. You don't get ice in your mag wells, your magazines don't get froze up, all that stuff stays outside.
Night vision.
Yep.
that's arguable. Radios and night vision and stuff like that, because it's very hit and miss, especially because of things like battery life. Your power is going to be a problem, and the reduced battery power can be more of a problem than the possibility of condensation of electrical stuff. So you just kind of
Like that, like, his information backs up mine constantly, so I'm constantly using him. He's my go-to source for solid information. Well, anyway, he did a stream, and it was titled, What Will the Civil War Look Like? I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to see. Unfortunately, like, almost right at the beginning, like, the first question was asked, what will Civil War look like? And then it pivoted to... How do I word this? Because I'm not trying to start drama here. I'm just trying to explain to you why I'm doing the video. But, it was bad. It was really bad. Like, touch on what a civil war would be, and that really sucks because that's my go-to guy for, like, guerrilla warfare information, like, Civil War type information. If I'm looking for tactics I could use, that would be it, because he shows how to, like, set up ambushes, shows how to use ambushes, different styles of ambushes, where they would be used for. Like I said, really solid information. So we're going to go over what I think a civil war would be. Number one, ask yourself, in this situation, who would be the bad guy? Like, what would you consider a bad guy in this particular civil war? Would it be someone with anything center, left, like they're the bad guy? Would it be extremist leftists? Would it be only the people that are vocal? How exactly would you identify the bad guy? Which gets into the next problem, is I don't think it would be a civil war like, here's a skirmish line, this side versus this side. If you don't want to get involved, you stay away from the skirmish line, which is why I think this would be way more deadly than an actual civil war. I think civil war is the wrong use, or the wrong term altogether. Because ask yourself, like, how would that, who would be the bad guy? And the fact of the matter is, your neighbors, people in your apartment complex, people in your town have way different ideals of what you should be. So if it's like left versus right, we're not talking about a skirmish line. We're talking about skirmishes in your town, possibly in your apartment complex. They're going to be right on top of you. There won't be a dividing line like the Mason-Dixon line, everyone on this side and that. No, it'll be them trying to overthrow the mayor, or us trying to overthrow the mayor, but there's a group of people that believe in what he says, and that's what we would be fighting. It would be something like, this group releases all private information, so now we can see, like, who's on food stamps, who voted for who posts what on Facebook. that type of information, I think, is what it would be targeted. More of like a genocide type of setup. There wouldn't be a skirmish line. It would be everybody trying to eliminate the opposite viewpoint. I mean, maybe you can imagine a situation in your head where there's a skirmish line, but I can't. It would be the people that live next to you. And for that matter, what would your neighbor have to do for you to decide to change his mind with force? So, do I believe that a civil war will happen? Not likely, no. Should it happen, I believe that it's going to be more of a genocide approach. Like, this particular town is trying to eradicate this belief system out of it. This particular town is trying to eradicate it. Maybe after all the eradication happens and all the genocide happens, then people with views that align with each other might go on different sides, and then there would be like a skirmish line. But until that happens, no, it would be something up close, personal, in your face against your neighbors. So again, I don't think that we could get into some sort of civil war, because I mean, ask yourself, like, what would my neighbor have to do for me wanting to change his mind with force? I can't think of anything. I mean, my neighbor could really piss me off, but for me wanting to use force to change his mind about something, I just don't see it. Now, should it actually go down like that, should we hit a breaking point or a boil over or something to that point to where, yes, okay, now I need to start changing my neighbor's views because, like, I don't know. I don't know what the answer would be. I'm just going to level with you on that. But should that happen, it'll be a bunch of skirmishes in your town. Then maybe after that point, all the different viewpoints will switch sides and there'll be an actual dividing line. But I don't see that happening. What I see happening is a bunch of skirmishes in each individual town, city, apartment complex, something to that effect. So how can you prepare for that? Build communities? Maybe. I know guns, ammo, armor, food, whatever is not going to save you. That'll be irrelevant. It seriously will, because you'll be under siege. You won't be able to get new things. Eventually, you will run out. Obviously, plan to be self-sustaining for at least a couple of months, but after that point, you can't go on forever. I mean, unless you're super rich and you got a bunker that's like stacked floor to ceiling with food and supplies, no, you got to come out in the world. It's not possible for you to just stay isolated. That can't happen. There is always the exception, but the rule is that can't happen. So how do you prepare for it? I don't know. Get to know your neighbors, so maybe even if he is on the other side of the argument, he'll just leave you be. I don't know. I don't have answers for this. And I really wish they would have attacked this better in the stream, because this is something I would like to hear servicemen talk about, because they are the expert in the field. What I didn't want to hear is a bunch of servicemen. So, check out their stream. This way you understand what I'm talking about. Definitely subscribe to this channel, because it's a real solid channel. Very good information there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry this video probably didn't answer your question, because I don't know how to answer it. How do you prepare for genocide? Well, you don't, because you'll be outnumbered and they'll just come through your town in a wave if they get the upper hand. I guess don't not get the upper hand. Should that happen, reach for the upper hand and take it immediately, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, support channel. Got my Patreon right there. I also have affiliate links in the description down below. Just by clicking on those links, even if you don't purchase what that particular link is for, just clicking on it and doing the Amazon shopping you were already going to do anyway, a little kickback for it because you came there off my channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.